So Anna, here we are. We're back. This
Yeah.
is I've been on Twitter all morning with regards to this, and people are like psyched, but like fans are hyped in a way that it's like a frenzy. Are you
Yeah.
ever used to that now?
No, not really. The more frenzied it gets, the more I kind of like back away a little bit because it's really intense and it keeps getting the fandom keeps growing. More people keep buying the books, more people are watching the movie, more people are excited for the second one. So I think I just kind of like watch the tornado happen. It feels pretty intense.
What was the difference for you second time around, like being involved in film?
Well, creatively, I had a lot more power and a lot more control on the creative. Obviously, a film is still a collaboration, but with the first one, I was definitely more like, oh, yeah, Anna's here. Like, nobody really cared what I said. And this time, it's like what I said really mattered, and what I brought from what the fans wanted really did matter. And I was taken once I proved myself as a creative producer, I was taken a lot more seriously. And once I, was really out there at 5 a.m. and not just hanging out and all these things, I got to learn a lot. And it really was just a great learning experience professionally, even for me.
Yeah. Can you talk to us about finding the perfect Trevor when you cast Dylan?
So it was, Dylan made it really easy to find the perfect Trevor. We went through like a couple different ideas of people before because the fans had like ideas of casts that they wanted. But then the moment Dylan's name came up, Jennifer Gibgot, who's the other creative producer with me, we were like, yep, Dylan, this is it. He'll be great. He's so funny. He's really great in this film called Banana Split. I don't know if you've seen it, but he's really great in that. And it proved that he has range. He just brings this like light, casual but intensity to Trevor that creates a lot of problems for Hardin and Tessa, but Dylan really is like the perfect balance between hero.
Yeah. When you see an actor portraying your character on screen, does that sort of change your own dynamic, like your own relationship with that character? Does that open up parts of the character that you didn't think maybe you had thought of before? How does it change things for you?
Yeah, it does. With each character is a little different. I like this question, by the way. That's a good question. It does with each one. With Hero, with the second movie, he really understood his character a lot more. So it was nice to watch him really be able to be Hardin. Like in the first one, I could tell just being there that he didn't really fully understand the character. Because you only know what's on the page, So that was really cool to watch him really embody Hardin. And then with Dylan and Trevor, Dylan kind of made Trevor his own thing. And it was really cool to watch because he actually improved the character. While I was writing after, Trevor just got on my nerves, and he was really just like a plot device to drive the characters crazy, and Dylan really brings him to life. And Josephine, since day one, has always been just spot on with Tessa. So with her, it was just watching her evolve with the character was really cool, but she's always just been like top of her game, Tessa, all day, every day.
Yeah. Can you explain to people watching that maybe they don't know about the books, the effing Trevor thing?
Yes. So when I was writing the books, Hardin kept calling Trevor effing Trevor every time he would say his name. And I didn't really even notice it. Like I knew he was doing it, but I didn't really think of it. And then the fans in the comments on Wattpad, which is basically a virtual writing platform, started commenting like effing Trevor, effing Trevor, effing Trevor. And then they started making their own t-shirts and all this stuff. And I'm like, it became its own tagline even more than I ever intended it to be. So now it's just literally like effing Trevor is Trevor, and that's his name, and that's who he is.
So with people in lockdown getting to enjoy this film, couples together, maybe watching this, what do you think it's going to do for them? Are they going to be like looking at their own relationships, maybe blowing them up, or are they going to be all making babies? Like, what's going on? What do you want?
I think there's going to be both. I think it's going to be I feel like it could easily be both, honestly, because there's a lot of turmoil and a lot of darkness in the second movie, especially compared to the first. The books are pretty dark, like the content is pretty dark. And the first movie isn't necessarily representative of that. So with this one, I think there's going to be a lot of people reflecting on themselves or the relationships they're in. But I think there's also going to be a lot of people that are enjoying the more intimate, sexy scenes and COVID babies all over the place.
They're all going to be named effing Trevor.
Right, exactly.
So after this whole thing ends, like, are we going to see book 3, book 4? Like, are we getting back in filming mode? Like, what's the deal?
I can't really say much yet, but I can say to stay tuned to what we're up to, because if all goes to plan, of course, we would all love to bring 3 and 4 together. So we'll see.